The judge denying Derek Chauvin's motion for a new trial. That decision coming just hours before Chauvin will be sentenced for killing George Floyd. That hearing starting at 2:30 Eastern. I want to bring in NBC Shaquille Brewster, who has spent every day of the trial right here in Minneapolis. Mary Moriarty. Mary is the former chief public defender in Hennepin County, Minnesota. That is where we are right now. Shaq, let me start with you down below on the ground. Let's talk about the sentencing now. A lot of daylight between what the prosecution wants and what the defense wants. The defense wants probation, time served. Where are the two sides coming from?
The prosecution wants 30 years in prison, so a big gap there, especially when you consider what the sentencing guidelines say, which is about 10 and a half to 15 years. The judge did clear the way for that sentence to go up higher than that guideline based on some aggravating factors. We mentioned the prosecution wants a sentence. I'll wait for the car to go by. Sorry about that. The prosecution wants a sentence of about 30 years, and the reason why is these aggravating factors that the judge agreed to, about 4 of them. We'll pull them up on the screen there. It's the fact that there were minors present during the commission of the crime. It's the fact that they say Derek Chauvin abused his position of authority, that he worked in concert with others. So because of those aggravating factors, the prosecution is hoping to get a sentence closer to 30 than the 15 that the sentencing guidelines call for. Then you have what the defense is saying, and what Eric Nelson and the defense team is calling for, that probation, as you mentioned. The reason why and the factors that we've heard from them is that Derek Chauvin is 45 years old. They mentioned his age, saying that this is a significant factor. They say that because he's a law enforcement officer, he has a shorter life expectancy. So they want the judge to take that into account. They talk about his lack of criminal history. They also mention, and this is interesting, Craig, I want to quote it correctly, so I'll look down, but they mention that his, quote, being a product of a broken system as a reason why they're asking for a shorter sentence there. All of this coming as that news that you mentioned earlier today, with the judge denying the defense motion to have a new trial. We saw that motion come in about a month ago at this point. They mentioned different factors. They accused there of being some jury misconduct. They accused of some witnesses of not behaving properly, and they said there was some prosecutorial misconduct in the trial. The judge simply denying that in a motion earlier today, Craig.